What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Polkadot. Now, Polkadot is a crypto that fundamentally, it's a top tier project. I suppose the only question is what can it do in the next bull cycle? And that's dependent on a few things. But one key thing from bear to bull cycle is building. Polkadot building, and they're continuing to grow that ecosystem in a staggeringly positive way. So I want to take a look at that because obviously that has a big influence on how high this can reach. And you'll have seen the title, you'll see why, and I'll explain why I believe this. Before I get into it, I update the spreadsheet. Now, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel. They're the first that I actually held after the 2018 crash. And had you invested just $100 into each of those coins, and you'd done the worst possible thing and never sold them and just sat on them all the way into a bear cycle, you'd still be in profit for 8K. But if you'd done the right thing, if you'd bought them, sold them when the markets were flying high last year, you could have made 123K. Staggeringly big difference. They're not the coins I own anymore. If you want to actually see the coins I own, you can come check out Copy My Crypto. The link is in the description. That's where I share every coin I buy and every coin I sell. Right now we're in a bear cycle, so I'm not selling, I'm buying. My portfolio is already looking very strong, and I'm going to add to those positions as well as put in a few new cryptos. I'm always looking for the next 100x. I did one Udemy course in my whole life, and that was about Phantom, saying that it was going to be a 100x coin. Ended up doing 677. When I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to do a Udemy course. I'm not going to be blurting it around on YouTube. I'm simply going to tell the members on the site. So if you want to get ahead of the markets and everyone else in the markets, go to the site, read through it. Everything is verifiable because it's all on YouTube. And if you like it, come join me there. Polkadot. Polkadot is a $100 coin. Let me explain why. So if you're unfamiliar with Polkadot, it's obviously an open source sharded multi-chain protocol. What that simply means is because of the way that they have set up, they have a plethora of parallel chains. So the reason for this is that it increases scalability insanely. So Polkadot is autonomous, right? Effectively, it upgrades itself. So there's no need for forks. There's no, like, most cryptos end up doing a fork to remove bugs or to do upgrades. Polkadot is an autonomous system, so it automatically updates its own code base through whatever governance votes have occurred. Now, Polkadot can connect to public and private chains, permissionless networks, oracles, and future technologies. And the beauty of Polkadot is because of the multi-sharded chain that they've got, everything that works with Polkadot works at a scalable level. So the transaction throughput for the network is massive and will only get better over the course of time because it's not all going through one singular place. Polkadot's key thesis is effectively interoperability. I've thrown that word out a few times. Simply means that Polkadot can interact with any other blockchain. That's the whole premise. Now, the reason that that is important is, look, 10 years ago, we had blockchains, but none of them could interact with one another. Now, the focus is to try and make sure that as many of these can interact as possible because it opens up opportunities within all the spaces, whether that's decentralized finance, where you can do the same thing on multiple chains, whether that's gaming, where games can be played on multiple chains to avoid congestion. And Polkadot has that as one of its biggest focuses. Now, Polkadot is the flagship protocol of the Web3 Foundation. The Web3 Foundation have done so much money in grants to big projects. And And the reason for this is that they want to massively improve the overall ecosystem of crypto. And the Web3 Foundation began with Polkadot and has since got into every parachain within the Polkadot ecosystem. And you can see all the recipients. There's been over 300 projects funded. And when you actually take a look at the projects that have won some of the Web3 grants, we've got mobile wallets, we've got alternate projects, whether it's Fallow Network or Moonbeam. Everything to some degree has received a grant, as long as it's bringing value to the ecosystem. And it's worth having a look because it shows the strength of the fact that they are pushing to build. I keep reiterating this, but building is key in a bear cycle. And if you actually look at Polkadot's development activity at the moment, it's massive. Polkadot has the largest active developer ecosystem outside of Ethereum. Of course, Ethereum is going to. But almost 3 times more weekly commits than the next largest ecosystem. And that's based on Masari Crypto's research. But the next closest is Cosmos, and Polkadot's 3 times the amount of development of Cosmos. Now, the reason this is relevant and the reason that people need to pay attention is fundamentally, look, whether or not the price action moves dramatically over the course of the next couple of weeks or months is irrelevant. The long-term prospect of Polkadot is staggering. Polkadot are growing and doing weekly commits at a development at a level that no other crypto in the space comes close to. And paying attention to that in a bear cycle is key, because the cryptos that do nothing, the cryptos that stand still, do not succeed long term. The cryptos that develop, the cryptos that work, the cryptos that the teams that add to the ecosystem, add to the value of the network, are the ones that long term have the massive success. And when you actually take a look at the overall Ethereum, the overall landscape, like I said, Polkadot's outperforming left, right, and center everything else. We've got Polkadot, Cosmos is not bad. Near, Solana, Bitcoin, Binance Smart Chain, and then Avalanche, Cardano. And then it's just almost non-existent for some of these. It's relevant, it's really relevant. And it's something to pay attention to, because long term, that has huge positives for the price of Polkadot. And if you're going to buy Polkadot, guys, go to BitGet. BitGet right now have 0 fees on spot trading on their platform. Big fan of this. I've started using BitGet myself. I think it's outstanding. The fact that there's 0 fees on all your purchases is wicked. And you end up losing fees constantly on every other platform. So 0 fees on all USDT, USDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever trading pair it is, 0 damn fees. Nowhere else is doing this. And by the way, their futures market is outstanding as well. They've got the Polkadot futures market. And when the markets are standing still, futures is a way that people can make a lot of money by doing contract trading. So something to look at. But more importantly, guys, spot trading is 0%. That is good. So I put a link in the description for BitGet. Check it out, because you're not getting 0% anywhere else. And they're already now one of the top 10 exchanges. They've been growing like mad. So pay attention to them. And guys, like the video and subscribe. And hit the subscribe button. Yeah, because I get about 80% of the people that watch this channel come back all the time and never subscribe. So hit the subscribe button. Do me a favor. Yeah, Polkadot. So look, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the top tier projects of the space. Now, I said $100, and I'll justify why I think $100. Now, that puts it at basically $112 billion market cap. That's massive. right? That's not something to sniff at. That's massive. But I always keep coming back to this, but Ethereum will probably be a 10K coin next bull cycle. So that puts it at a $1.2 trillion market cap, something along those lines. Bitcoin hits 100,000, that's going to probably put it at a market cap of about 1.9 trillion. So all of a sudden 100 billion doesn't seem mad. And then you're looking at Polkadot with the best developer activity bar Ethereum, with one of the fastest growing ecosystems in the space. And all of a sudden 112 billion for the flagship product of the overall ecosystem doesn't seem that unreasonable. It's very plausible that we see even higher than 100, but I'll say 100 simply off of the basis that, you know, conservative, being a bit conservative on that, but it could easily be way more. Because the crypto market caps are only going to rise long term. And as Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, as Ethereum hits new all-time highs, of course, Polkadot and 100 might be a massive understatement here. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video, please, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you know when new content is coming out. And guys, if you want to see the coins I'm buying up in this bear cycle, come check out Copy My Crypto, where I share everything I'm doing, every coin I buy and sell. Guys, if you want to make these profits, these 48x, 58, 62, 677, go read the site, because everything's verifiable. It's all on YouTube. And I scour the crypto space looking for the coins I think can do the run that Phantom did. When I find it, and I will, I'll tell the members. I won't be doing a Udemy course or blurting it everywhere on YouTube. So if you want to know and get ahead of the markets, go to the site. And if you do like it, come join me. That's it for me, guys. Take it easy.